DepEd Order No. 32, Series of 2021. Guidelines on Enrollment for School Year 2021 to 2022 in the context of the continuing national public health emergency due to COVID-19. Amid the continuing national public health emergency due to COVID-19, the Department of Education remains resolved to find ways to improve the provision of learning opportunities to all Filipino learners for school year 2021 to 2022. Taking into account the challenges and opportunities encountered, the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, or BELCP, shall continue to be the blueprint and guidepost of DepEd continuing efforts ensuring learning continuity. In this light, DepEd issues the enclosed guidelines on enrollment for school year 2021 to 2022 in the context of the continuing national public health emergency due to COVID-19. To provide schools various options for implementing an enhanced enrollment process that adheres to the guidelines set by the IATF, EID, the Office of the President, and the DOH. These guidelines shall guide parents, legal guardians, and teachers in the enrollment of learners. This policy provides a range of options to facilitate the enrollment of learners for all public schools in basic education and alternative learning system or ALS programs nationwide. State universities and colleges offering basic education and private schools in basic education are encouraged to adapt this policy to their specific context. These guidelines shall govern only the school year 2021 to 2022 enrollment. Enrollment procedures. In keeping with strict physical distancing measures, enrollment for school year 2021 to 2022 shall primarily be administered remotely, particularly in areas under ECQ and MECQ. However, parents and guardians may physically submit the MLESF or the Modified Learner Enrollment and Survey Forms in schools in lower risk areas, just like the GCQ and MGCQ, subject to strict observance of existing health protocols. Teachers and non-teaching personnel of school who will be assigned to manage the enrollment are preferably vaccinated. Schools may also implement the Dropbox Enrollment method similarly to last school year. The school enrollment focal person shall receive all submitted MLESF and turn them over to grade level coordinators who shall then distribute them to prospective advisors. Prospective advisors shall encode the MLESF in the LIS-BOSY facility. Here are the instructions to parents, guardians, and enrollees. For incoming grades 1 to 6, 8 to 10, and 12 learners, they will be contacted by the school, preferably through previous advisors for remote enrollment procedures. However, parents and guardians may also reach out to their child's advisor for enrollment through the contact numbers published by the school. For incoming kindergarten, grades 7 and 11, they shall communicate, reaffirm their intent to enroll their children to a school of their choice via digital or physical enrollment platforms established by schools, which is similar procedures during the early registration. For transferees, Learners planning to transfer from one school to another school shall directly contact the receiving school through its published enrollment contact details. Previous advisor is no longer required to facilitate submission of MLESF of learner that is about to transfer to another school. For balik-aral enrollees, all balik-aral enrollees shall directly contact their preferred schools for enrollment. The receiving school shall register enrollees' enrollment and survey data. For ALS enrollees, they may communicate their intent to enroll via digital or physical enrollment platforms established by schools and barangays with community learning centers. Modified ALS Form 2 shall be used for this purpose. Deferment of deadlines for submission of documentary requirements. In recognition of the difficulties presented by the current public health emergency and the guidelines set by the IATF, deadlines of the submission of the documentary requirements under Section 5A of DepEd Order No. 3, Series of 2018, shall be deferred to December 31, 2021. This shall apply to both public and private schools. Only schools and their personnel shall coordinate the transmission of the learner's records, whether internally, between the learner's previous and incoming class advisors, or externally, between schools. As such, schools shall not compel learners and their parents or guardians to take responsibility for transmission of school records. Transmittal of electronic format, scanned copy of credential document for specific grade levels. For grade 6 and 10 completers who already enrolled in grade 7 and grade 11 respectively, transmittal of scanned copy of Form 137 or SF10 together with other supporting or attached documents to the receiving school is an option, provided that the request shall be made through the LIS portal tracking or transfer facility in accordance with DepEd Order No. 54, Series of 2016, and that the school official email shall be used in sending, receiving by both schools. The option to transmit scanned credentials or documents through official email instead of sending hard copies of documents is also available for kinder completers who opted to transfer and enroll to grade 1 in another school. ALS mobile teachers may also use this option in sending an electronic scanned copy of the Portfolio Assessment Passer Certificate for elementary and junior high school completers who enrolled in grade 7 and grade 11 respectively. Here is the Modified Learner Enrollment and Survey Form, or the MLESF. So this form is not for sale. The instructions here: this enrollment survey shall be answered by the parent or guardian of the learner. Please read the instructions or the questions carefully and fill in all applicable spaces and write your answers legibly in capital letters. For items not applicable, write NA. For questions or clarifications, please ask for the assistance of the teacher or person in charge. So, nandito ang Tagalog version or Filipino version ng MLESF, pati ang English. Meron din ditong Alternative Learning System, the ALS Enrollment Form or the AF2 for the learner's basic profile.